This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today is June 2nd, and the USDA, or U.S. Department of Agriculture, just came out with their replacement for the food pyramid. So many people might know the food pyramid. It basically recommended how much of each of the four food groups you should be eating. Obviously, things at the top of the pyramid you'd eat less, and things at the bottom you'd eat more. But today they came out with the replacement, and that is called the new MyPlate. And it's choose.myplate.gov, and as you can see on the MyPlate, they have a plate. So I guess you're supposed to have a plate every meal, and your plate's supposed to consist of that much fruits, that much vegetables, that much protein, that much grains, and that much dairy. And they actually recommend whole grains for part of the grain servings, or most of the grains you're eating. So definitely that's really cool. And they come out with some recommendations that I'll talk about next. Here's the dietary guidelines for 2010, selected messages for consumers. Once again, they're going to say, balance your calories, so enjoy your foods but eat less. Avoid oversized portions, so no more supersized foods, please. Foods to increase. Make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Make at least half of your grains whole grains. And switch to a fat-free or low-fat milk. I think those are baby steps in the right direction. Next, it says foods to reduce. Compare sodium in foods like soup, bread, and frozen meals, and choose the foods with lower numbers. Drink water instead of sugary drinks. So I think that's actually really huge. So I think some of these recommendations are really great. Some of them I don't necessarily agree with. So before I go any further, I must state that I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. If you choose to make any dietary changes in your diet, please see a doctor, nutritionist, or somebody else that can do that for you. So in this video, I am sharing what I do, and doesn't mean that you have to do that, but based on all my research, this is what I choose to do, and I encourage you to, look into your diet and make some changes if you think they are appropriate. But of course, I have to make the legal disclaimer before you make any dietary changes or do anything like that. You want to consult a doctor or nutritionist or other healthcare provider. So this video is for your entertainment purposes only. So while they are encouraging you to eat 1/4 approximately of your plate of fruits and 1/4 of vegetables, so your plate should be basically half fruits and vegetables at every meal, I think that's really good. The bad thing is that they just talk about eating fruits and vegetables like half your plate, but the other half is grains and protein. The problem that I mainly see with that is that the amount of calories that you'll be getting from the protein specifically, and also the grains in proportion to the fruits and vegetables, are going to be basically a lot higher. So the grains and proteins, they're a lot more calorically dense than the fruits and vegetables. So although you may eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, in relationship to the calories you're eating overall, it's still going to be a small amount of fruits and vegetables, which I think is sad. I personally think that we should be eating, and I personally eat a lot more fruits and vegetables than half my plate. Actually, probably 80 to 85% of my plate is fruits and vegetables. So some of the cool things that they're doing is now they have 10 tips on eating more fruits, and I'll read it right off here. Eating fruit provides health benefits. People who eat more vegetables and fruits as part of an overall healthy diet are likely to have reduced risk of some chronic diseases. Fruits provide nutrients vital for health, such as potassium, dietary fiber, vitamin C, and folate, folic acid. Most fruits are naturally low in fat, sodium, and calories. None have cholesterol. Any fruit or 100% fruit juice counts as a part of the fruit group. Fruits may be fresh, canned, frozen, or dried, and may be whole, cut up, or pureed. So it's definitely good to eat your fruits. I like to take that to the extreme and eat lots of fruits. And here are 10 tips really quick with my comments. Number 1, it says, keep visible reminders. Keep a bowl of whole fruit on the table, counter, or in the refrigerator. So I would definitely recommend, you keep your fruits visible. I often keep my fruits in a nice display. It almost looks like a produce counter or inside the produce, department inside my house, with all the fruits lined up so I can see what's needed to be eaten, what's ripe, and what's ready to be ripe, and just what is tantalizing to my eyes for that meal. Number 2, it says, think about taste. Buy fresh fruits in season when they may be less expensive and at their peak. Add fruits to sweeten a recipe. So I definitely agree. Buy fruits that are in season. Shop at your local farmer's market. Even better than shopping at your local farmer's market is grow it yourself and pick it at peak ripeness. I have seen studies that show that fruits that are picked at peak ripeness actually have more nutrition than fruits that are picked too early. Now, if you're buying fruits from the grocery store, even the health food store, they're most likely picked too early because they have to be shipped across country or wherever it is. And, if they were optimally ripe, they'd go bad and the companies would lose their investment. So, grow your own, or I encourage you to shop at a farmer's market for the highest quality fruits. Number 3 is think about variety. Buy fruits that are dried, frozen, and canned in water or 100% juice, as well as fresh, so you can always have a supply on hand. So I would also encourage you to think about variety, but I would encourage you to think about a variety of different fruits. So don't always eat bananas. Don't always eat apples. Eat cherimoyas, eat loquats, eat lychees. Eat all the different kinds of fruits that you could possibly get your hands on, because each different kind of fruit has a different nutrition profile. And I encourage you to eat fresh fruits as much as possible. And I pretty much eat mostly all fresh fruits. I do eat some dried fruits and also some frozen fruits. And so those are second and third best. I'd probably prefer the dried fruits over the frozen fruits. But it's best to rehydrate your dried fruits so that then they have a higher water content. Let's see, number 4, don't forget the fiber. Make most of your choices whole or cut up fruit rather than juice for the benefits that dietary fiber provides. I absolutely agree with that. So it's always best to eat whole fruits, or instead of whole fruits, you could blend your fruits, because when you blend up the fruits, you're still getting the fiber. But when you juice the fruits, you're removing the fiber. And what does that do? What's the big deal about the fiber? Well, the fiber is there to basically regulate the absorption of the sugar into your bloodstream. So you could get a really quick sugar rush. Now, this fruit juice made, obviously, fresh fruit juice, not store-bought fruit juice, pasteurized fruit juice, but fresh fruit juice, way better than any Coke or soda or anything like that. But it's not as good as eating the fruits whole or blending them up, so that you'll also get the benefits of the fiber. Number 5, be a good role model. Set an example for children by eating fruit every day with meals or as snacks. Definitely encourage you to be a good role model, not only for children, but for every other person on earth, because most people, unfortunately, don't eat enough fruits or vegetables. Number 6, include fruit at breakfast. At breakfast, top your cereal with banana, peaches, or strawberries and blueberries. To pancakes, drink 100% orange or grapefruit juice, or try a fruit mixed in with fat-free or low-fat yogurt. So I would definitely say include fruits at breakfast. And actually, why don't we replace your breakfast with fruits? So oftentimes for breakfast, I'll just eat a meal of all fruits. And today, actually, I had all blueberries for breakfast, and actually they were delicious. See, number 7, try fruit at lunch. At lunch, pack a tangerine, banana, grapes to eat, or choose fruits from a salad bar. Individual containers or fruits like peaches or applesauce are easy and convenient. So, once again, I definitely recommend eating fruits at lunch, whether there are a lot of fruits for your lunch or you're adding some fresh fruits at lunch. Nothing could be easier than, just buying an extra apple or orange or banana or peach or grapes or cherries or whatever other kind of fruit you could buy, and just take it and just eat it fresh. Freshest is always bestest, is what I like to say. Number 8, experiment with fruit at dinner too. At dinner, add crushed pineapple to cold slaw, or include orange sections, dried cranberries, or grapes in a tossed salad. Definitely agree with adding fruits to your dinner. Oftentimes, a fruit in my dinner come in the form of my salad dressing. So an easy salad dressing could be whole, fresh strawberries, blended up with some macadamia nuts and maybe some coconut water. In the blender, blend it up. That blends up into like a strawberry cream sauce. So delicious. That's how I usually use my fruits at the dinner time, in the salad dressing. You could also cut up some fruits and add it into your salad as well. Number 9, snack on fruits. Dried fruits make great snacks. These are easy to carry and store well. So I definitely would agree with snacking on fruits is really good. I would encourage you to snack on fresh fruits. So freshest is always bestest, is what I like to say. And why do I say that? Well, because our bodies are 70 to 75% water. And when we eat dried fruits or any other dried foods, it steals our body's water. It steals our liquids, our life from us, our life force, our water. Nothing could be more important than staying hydrated. So I encourage you to eat fresh fruits that have a high water content, that'll pretty much match our own, so that we can stay hydrated. There's a really good book called The Body's Many Cries for Water, which explains by a medical doctor that many diseases can be caused by just dehydration, and dried fruits can play a part of that. So what I encourage you to do, if you are going to eat dried fruits, soak them in some water to rehydrate them before eating them. That actually also make them make them easier to digest for you. Number 10, keeps your fruits safe. Rinse fruits before preparing or eating them under clean running water. Rub fruits briskly to remove dirt and surface microorganisms after rinsing dry with a clean towel. So I would definitely recommend to keep your fruits safe. Wash them as necessary, and I would encourage you also to buy organic fruits because conventional fruits may contain pesticide residues. Also, it has been shown in many studies that organic fruits have a higher nutrient values or higher nutrition than conventional fruits. So next, let's go ahead and move on to the vegetables. So it says 10 tips to help you eat more vegetables. And it says, it's easy to eat more vegetables. Eating vegetables is important because they provide vitamins and minerals, and most are low in calories. To fit more vegetables in your meal, follow these simple tips. It's easier than you may think. So number 1, it says, discover fast ways to cook. Cook fresh or frozen vegetables in the microwave for a quick and easy dish to add to any meal. Steam green beans, carrots, or broccoli in a bowl with a small amount of water in the microwave for a quick side dish. So I necessarily wouldn't agree with that. I personally believe that microwaving is probably one of the worst ways to cook your food. Steaming, on the other hand, is actually probably one of the best. But I would encourage you to eat your vegetables fresh. When you do heat and cook vegetables, you may lose some nutrition in the vegetables, such as the enzymes and other nutrients may be degraded, small bits. Of course, it's better to eat steamed vegetables or cooked vegetables than maybe other things like junk foods or fast foods. But, I want to encourage you to do the best you possibly can. The best you possibly can is to do things like eat fresh vegetables, eat a lot of salads, use your kitchen appliances if you have them, like food processors, to process your lettuce and chard, even broccolis, down into small bits and slices so that you can assimilate and chew them up and basically get better digestion from them. Most people don't chew their food really well, and I encourage people to chew each mouthful of food at least 50 times. When I'm out eating dinner is usually a huge salad, and by huge salad I mean about the size of a serving bowl that a family of 4 would eat out of their salad. That's like my one serving of salad. It takes me about an hour, maybe sometimes longer, to eat my salad because I'm constantly just chewing it up all really good. Other ways to include more vegetables in your diet. Number 1 is juicing. Juicing is an excellent way to get more vegetables in your diet. Basically, juicing breaks open all the cell walls and basically will give you all the liquid nutrients without the fiber, because our bodies are really not meant to digest the fiber easily, and that's why we really need to chew well. But juicing will basically make it easy for our bodies to get all the nutrients out of those vegetables. I'd also recommend blending up your vegetables into what's called a green smoothie. Number 2, be ahead of the game. Cut up a batch of bell peppers, carrots, or broccoli, pre-package them to use when times are limited. You can enjoy them on a salad with hummus or in a veggie wrap. I would definitely agree with that. You could cut up your vegetables ahead of time. I personally just like to eat my vegetables just whole, like take a bell pepper and eat it like an apple, and that's actually really delicious. Number 3, choose vegetables rich in color. Brighten your palate with vegetables that are red, orange, or dark green. They are full of vitamins and minerals. Try acorn squash, cherry tomatoes, sweet potatoes, or collard greens. They not only taste great, but are good for you too. I absolutely agree with that. We should be eating the rainbow every single day. Try to eat as many different colors and many different varieties of vegetables as you can in one single day. Number 4, check the freezer aisle. Frozen vegetables are quick and easy to use and are just as nutritious as fresh veggies. Try adding frozen corn, peas, green beans, spinach, or sugar snap peas to some of your favorite dishes, or eat as a side dish. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. It says frozen vegetables are quick and easy to use and are just as nutritious. I mean, I don't think they're just as nutritious. I think fresh is always bestest. Once again, frozen is probably better than not eating your vegetables. But that being said, if you are into living in raw foods, frozen vegetables, unless you freeze them yourself, or so frozen store-bought vegetables, whether they're organic or conventional, have been blanched. So technically they cannot be considered raw, yet many raw foodists, raw food chefs use them in their recipes. So that's something to think about. Also, many raw food restaurants also use frozen vegetables. Let's see. Number 5, stock up on veggies. Canned veggies are a great addition to any meal, so keep on hand canned tomatoes, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, mushrooms, and beets. Select those labeled as reduced sodium, low sodium, or no salt added. So I would definitely recommend using no salt in your diet. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend stocking up on canned vegetables. What I would recommend if you did want to stock up is stock up on some seeds so that you can grow your own vegetables. The next best would be to dehydrate or dry your own vegetables to save them and preserve them. Or you could freeze your vegetables that you grew. So hopefully those are some ways you could stock up on your veggies. Actually, I'd really encourage you to grow a garden. I mean, that's absolutely the best. Number 6, make your garden salad glow with color. Brighten your salad by using colorful vegetables such as black beans, sliced red bell peppers, shredded radishes, chopped red cabbage, or watercress. Your salad will not only look good, but taste good too. So definitely agree with that. Once again, we want to eat a variety of foods. Number 7, sip on some vegetable soup. Heat it and eat it. Try tomato, butternut, squash, or garden vegetable soup. Look for reduced or low sodium soups. So I'd absolutely recommend you to eat soups. I'd recommend you to make your own soups out of fresh vegetables. And so what I like to do for my personal vegetable soups is I will juice some vegetables in the juicer, maybe like a base of cucumbers. Juice a whole bunch of cucumbers, have that as my cucumber juice. Put that in the blender with some cut up vegetables and blend it up for a little bit. Or I could actually blend the cucumber juice up. It'll basically warm it up if you have a high power blender. Maybe you do it for like a minute, minute and a half. It'll make it nice and warm. Then add cut up vegetables as texture afterwards. Or you could blend up vegetables in it to make it more of a thick, creamy texture. Let's see. Number 8, while you're out. If dinner is away from home, no need to worry. When ordering, ask for an extra side of vegetables or side salad instead of the typical fried side dish. So I'd probably recommend ordering extra salad at your meals, but I'd recommend probably just ordering a salad for your meal instead, or even better yet than going to a restaurant where you can't control what they're putting in your food. Go to a health food store or a farmer's market, or forage your own food, to eat your fresh salad, fresh picked. So fresh, just once again, is always bestest. Let's see. Number 9, savor the flavor of seasonal vegetables. Buy vegetables that are seasoned for maximum flavor and lower cost. Check your local supermarket specials for the best in-season buys, or visit your local farmer's market. So I definitely, obviously recommend that. You want to eat seasonally, eat what's in season, eat what's fresh, eat what's grown local, and hopefully you're growing your own stuff and you're going to be eating a lot of that stuff because that is truly the best. Number 10, try something new. You never know what you may like. Choose a new vegetable, add it to your recipe, or look up how to fix it online. So absolutely recommend always trying a new vegetable. There's constant times, well, not too much anymore, where I see a new vegetable or a new variety of a vegetable that I have tasted before. And man, some of the tastes just blow me away when I have new vegetables or new varieties of a vegetable that I have had before. So I would encourage you to always increase the variety of foods you're eating. Once again, in each different variety of food, there's always a different nutrient profile and different nutrients, that your body may need. So the last thing I'm going to go over today are basically the 10 tips, smart shopping for vegetables and fruits. And this, once again, is from the USDA. They basically talk about how making fruits and vegetables affordable. Now, I find it really interesting that, McDonald's could serve hamburgers for 99 cents, but some fruits and vegetables can cost more than 99 cents per pound. Actually, most of them, except for some things like carrots and potatoes, and depending on where you live, of course, sometimes apples, conventional apples, are less than 99 cents a pound. But basically, they're going over a few things. I'll run through them really quick. Number 1, celebrate the season, which is basically buy what's in season. They're going to be less expensive. Why pay full price? They're talking about using coupons and buying things that are on sale. I definitely recommend shopping sales. Every week, some of my local stores put a few organic items on sale, and those are the ones that I constantly am buying every week because those are the ones that are also in season. Number 3, stick to your list. They're talking about making a list before you go grocery shopping. And I don't know that I actually recommend that. I recommend going grocery shopping by intuition and seeing what you're going to eat. I like to go into the produce department and just pick out the produce that I think looks the freshest, the highest vibrancy, and also the least expensive cost. And same thing when I go to a farmer's market. I'll go around and taste test all the cherries. Like this past weekend, I'll find the best cherry, organic cherry, and then I'll buy like a case. And then this past weekend, it was 23 pounds of cherries, which I basically consumed in 4 days. So they were good too. Number 4, try canned or frozen. So I don't necessarily recommend canned or frozen, maybe some frozen fruits once in a while. But once again, freshest is always bestest. Buy small amounts frequently. I'd actually absolutely recommend that. You know, you want to buy small amounts of your fruits and vegetables frequently rather than going to the shopping once a week and stocking up, because you know the fresher quality you get, it's gonna be better when you eat it. So once again, if you buy like a case of lettuce at one time, part of it could go bad by the end of the week. But if you buy a couple heads today and then a couple heads in 2 days from now and eat them the same day, it's gonna be a lot fresher, higher nutrient quality, and it's just gonna be better for you. So you know, make some time to go shopping regularly, or grow a garden and harvest your vegetables only where you're gonna eat them, like right before you're gonna eat them. Number 6, buy in bulk when items are on sale. So I definitely recommend, you know, I often buy in bulk, like the cherries. I bought a case of cherries when they were a really good price. I often buy in bulk when they are on sale, and you know, some weeks I may just eat a very limited diet, like I might just eat cherries because that's what's on sale this week, and maybe next week, actually the upcoming week, I'm going to be eating honeydew melons because that's what the good deal was on, organic honeydew melons. So number 7, store brands equal savings. It says offer store brands when possible. You get the same or similar product for cheaper price. If your grocery store has a membership card, sign up for that for even more savings. So definitely recommend, you know, most main grocery store chains have a membership card, and when you are a member, you'll often get lower prices, and sometimes even organic foods are actually cheaper too. Number 8, keep it simple. Buy vegetables and fruits in their simplest form, pre-cut, pre-washed, ready to eat, and processed foods are convenient but often cost more than when purchased in their basic forms. So I definitely agree with that. You want to buy whole fruits and vegetables are often cheaper. When you do buy them pre-cut, ready to eat, or processed, they're oftentimes more expensive because that's a value add. The people buy the fruits, they cut them up, then they'll sell them back to you for more money because they got to make some extra profit for their labor of, you know, cutting them up. Also, you may want to consider, you know, pre-cut vegetables have actually already been cut open, and they may oxidize faster and may possibly lose some nutrition. Number 9, plant your own. Start a garden in the yard or a pot on the deck for fresh, inexpensive, flavorful additions to meals. Herbs, cucumbers, peppers, or tomatoes are good options for beginners. Browse through a local library or online for more information on starting a garden. So this, of all the things on here, I couldn't agree with more. I believe everybody should be planting a garden. Number 1, because it can be less expensive, but number 2, you're going to get a higher quality food, and you're going to know what real food should taste like. I encourage you to grow in compost and rock dust, grow heirloom and open pollinated and organic seeds whenever possible. And you know, the food that you grow out of your garden is so incredible. I'd encourage you to check growingyourgreens.com for videos that can show you how to grow your own garden. Number 10, plan and cook smart. Prepare and freeze vegetable soups, stews, or other dishes in advance. This saves time and money. Add leftover vegetables to casseroles or blend them to make soup. Overripe fruit is great for smoothies or baking. So I definitely agree that planning and cooking smart could definitely be good. You know, if you don't have a lot of time, you can pre-cut your vegetables for your salads or pre-cut your fruits up if you need to. I personally don't do that. I like to prepare all my meals at the time I'm going to eat them because I have been eating a healthful diet for many years. I kind of know about how much food I need per meal, so I always make the right amount so that I don't have extras and I don't have leftovers. If I do, I'll store them in a glass jar or a glass bowl in the fridge, and I'll usually eat those the next day for lunch. So you could always definitely reuse your food. The other thing you can do is you could also blend up your leftover salad fixings actually in a high power blender and have a blended salad, the following day if you want, and you could add actually other juices and other vegetables in it to basically make it larger if you don't quite have enough for one meal. So preparing each meal at the time you're going to eat it, I think, is always the best. I come out to my garden, pick whatever I'm going to eat for that meal, then go inside and prepare it. Now, we're all used to convenience in our society, and our whole society is about convenience. Convenience about, picking up your cell phone and talking on it. Convenience about getting a Big Mac or going to a fast food joint. But, we all need to get back to a place where, we can do things ourselves and not feel the need to depend on fast foods. We can grow that garden. You could pick it, go inside and take a knife and chop it up. You don't have to buy the pre-bagged stuff from the Whole Foods and pay like 3 times the price. It's much easier to prepare your food, take some little time, but you get good exercise, build some good skills, and it's just good for you in general. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode learning more about the MyPlate and more importantly my opinions about the MyPlate and my personal diet and how I eat. Once again, if you are going to make any dietary changes, I recommend you contact a doctor, healthcare provider, or nutritionist, and all the information in this video was for your entertainment purposes only. Once again, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're good stuff.